Say your love, your patience, your coolness, just your phone calls, your messages, your family, your friends. I just wanna be alone with you, alone. I just wanna be alone with you. Yeah, here's what I wanna do. Hey, I just wanna take the time, time, get the body time, keeping you warm. So don't stop. You will collect us, you let it on. You lost the truth, just ignore it. You got plans, come on. See, take it off home. I just wanna be alone. Oh, I just wanna be alone. You, yeah. Here's what I want to do. I just take time, get the body time, keeping you warm. What up? 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 It's your boy Big Val Opinion, man. Back with another live video. And today, I hope everybody let's see. Hold on. What up? Oh yeah. What up? What up? What up? I hope everybody having a good day out there. Hope everybody had a good holiday. What's up? What's up? J Rock, what's up with it? Seen Provoked Thoughts. What's up? Munch, what's up? Uh who else I seen in this thing? Jericho, what's up? David, what's up with it? What's up with it, David? Been a minute. Been a minute. What's up? What's up? Yeah, man. It's almost the end of the year, man. How everybody doing? How everybody been doing, man? How everybody been doing? Miss Lady T, what's up with it? What's up with it, Miss Lady T? Yeah. Boy, it's been a minute, man. It's been a minute since I've been on this thing. What's up, though? Man, I've been grinding, man. I've been grinding. I've been grinding, bro. I've been grinding. Try to let's see if I can get the link. Uh yeah, drop the link in this thing, man. Yeah, provoke thoughts and hit the stage, man.
Yo, what's up, man?
What up with it, man? What up, man? It's been a
Uh,
minute, bro. What's
boy, it's
good
been a
with you?
whole lot of minutes, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Shoot,
Yeah. Well,
man,
big.
been all right, man. How you been feeling?
Man, grinding, man. Grinding, bro. What up, Stephanie? Just grinding, bro. Working, staying out the way, man. You
That's all
already
you
know.
can do, man. Shoot, been doing the same. I don't know if you knew or not, but I had a health episode.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, you know what I'm saying. I tell people real quick, brother had a heart attack, but brother
man.
doing all right, man. Brother
Man,
doing all right, man.
hey, man, that's a blessing, brother. That's a
Yeah,
blessing, man.
yeah, I'm doing all right, man, and I thank God for allowing me to still be here. You know what I mean? Because it didn't even have to be that way, man. You got,
Right.
if you ain't, it's a matter of minutes, seconds, moments, or whatever, that take you out of here or keep you here, depending on how you do things.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just blessed and fortunate, man, to be in the building, man. Still able to, do my thing, man. I matter of fact, shoot, I did a live on Christmas Eve, man. I jumped live real quick just to
Yeah,
chop it up about a couple things that's going on in the world,
yeah, yeah.
because it's wild. You got all type of stuff going on. Of course, you got 50 and Diddy beefing, which I got a lot to say about that. You got you know you still got Kels locked up with a
Yeah,
bogus
man.
sentence.
Most
Still
definitely.
locked up. But I would say it's crazy because we what about 6 years in,
Yeah, man.
and opinions and hearts is starting to change, man.
Most definitely,
People
man. I
are.
feel like it will.
Mhm.
It will. Some stuff it just is not. It's not. Certain things aren't trending no more. You know what I'm saying? So now
Right.
people can get back to instead of like going with the norm, the new norm. They can get back to the normal. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I
And
mean,
people,
yeah, because propaganda, man, is something else, man. You
what up,
watch
D
it
Map?
every day. You watch it every day, and you sit here and you see where the government can be a propaganda machine. The media is a propaganda machine. The media
Wow.
is about being first, man. And if it had been about the truth, man, we
Hmm.
wouldn't have even been here with Kels.
Right.
You know, it wouldn't be 6 years in
Sorry
the
to hear that,
game.
Stephanie. Good that you all right. Stephanie said she had a stroke on the brain. Man, so much done
Oh man,
happened, bro. So much
I
has
mean,
happened.
look here, man. Take care of your health, everybody. Anybody within the sound of my voice right now, man. Take care of your health. If you feeling funny, don't play with it at all, because you can sit up here and say, "Oh, I'm gonna be all right tomorrow," and tomorrow won't show up for you. So
Right.
just you know what I'm saying. Just be cognizant of what you're going through, because I'll be honest, man, I was going through the motions. I'm working every day, you
Mhm.
know, not realizing that I had been declining since the beginning of the year. You know what I'm saying? My health
Right.
had been fading on me. You know what I'm
Then you had
saying?
other stuff going on, moving, getting a new
Hell,
place. You had, so many moving pieces. You know what I'm saying?
right,
And like I
right. So
tell people, as a man, society don't wait for us. We have to keep
no,
moving throughout, even going through things. We have to keep moving because we don't have that help coming to say, okay, well, you can take a break. I know people
right,
who just, just quit their job just because I'm gonna just quit my job. Like, damn, I wish I could just quit my job. But
brother. Seriously,
what's up, Ann?
seriously.
What's up, Ann? You know,
So I would just say, man, perspective, man. We had to put things in perspective, because you never know from
mhm,
one minute to the next, what's gonna happen to you. And we blessed to be out here and be free, be alive, man. We don't watch our favorite artists get everything taken away from them, and whether your favorite artist is Diddy, I don't know, but you don't
mhm,
watch it, you done seen it. Your people get everything taken away from them, because of the government. That's what they choose to do at the time, without fully researching the situation or realizing the nature of who they dealing with.
right,
So we just got to be cognizant, man. Be a little bit more aware, man. Like you saw, how I took 2024 and put it on a political spectrum, man. Now, I'm more on, okay, I ain't got to do that, because all I got to do is look at the scoreboard, and we know we won. Now
right,
we got to fix what's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Why is it that our people, man, have such easily manipulated minds? Why is a black community, is our mind so manipulated to say, oh, I'm gonna stick with them because they gonna give me some free shit. I ain't gotta worry about going out working and getting mine. You know, I'm gonna go get these stamps, but you don't even realize that it's a whole nother group of people out here that's getting an alley oop from the government.
mhm,
I'm talking about getting a whole alley oop at the hoop, dunking, getting food trucks, getting businesses that you don't even qualify for. Like,
mhm,
for me and you, hardworking men, we pay into the system, been paying into the system for decades now. Okay. We don't even qualify for the things that we paying for that people getting for free, that look down on us.
right,
You know, you get people that come from other countries that look down on black men that's getting benefits that we working for to put in their mouth.
man. Hey,
We
and
working for it.
I live in one of them states that the people took advantage of. You know what
You
I'm
talking about
saying?
Minnesota?
Yeah.
Man, look at
Like
here, brother. Minnesota is crazy.
it's crazy up here right now.
I'm like, boy, everybody done. Everybody smart until they get accused of a crime, and then everybody dumb. Now you don't know nothing. Now you can't. Oh man, I didn't know that was happening. Yeah,
Yeah,
on your
on
watch,
your
brother.
watch, on your watch, most definitely. What up, J. Rock,
You
man?
know, so the level of unawareness is real, man. Well, I would say willful ignorance. And like I said, we've been
Mm-hmm.
studying this. We experts. We've been studying this shit for over half a decade now. We done went to college on willful ignorance.
Man, what they
Where you
say?
ask a person, ask them the simplest of questions. Wait, what? Well, damn, if R.Kelly in jail, where the hell is the parents? Ah, nigga, you a pedophile of
Mhm.
it. Willful
Yeah, it's
ignorance.
besides the point, man. And there's something like even when I title this video, like what if? You know what I'm saying? We talk about that. Like I seen it uh maybe on Instagram or whatever, and somebody posted the text messages like we people who unbiased, right? Because I feel like we are
Mm-hmm.
unbiased because we are willing to look at the evidence versus judge it off our feelings. So I feel like that makes us unbiased. So when we
Yep.
look at these text messages and we see that these text messages are being persuasive, like a mother is persuading, coercing her child to do these things, going along with the fact that knowing that your child has a fake ID. Like you provided this ID to your child and telling her to hide it somewhere and help look for it and tell them you found it. Like and nobody has a problem with that aspect of it, but they have a problem with like the aspect of like, oh, he's dealing with an underage girl. But was he knowingly dealing with this underage person, or was he being schemed into dealing with an underage person? Like nobody considered that part of, you know. And then you go because we all at one point we had like a notion of it, but when the messages came out, it was like proof of it. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And it's still
I
like,
mean, but common sense, man, will tell you. I mean, of course, that galvanized what we believe because common sense will tell you, man, this got to be some manipulation going on.
mhm,
Anytime you got a man that's throwing it on the song and show me some ID, please. Can you please?
mhm,
You know, don't be bullshitting me. You know what I'm saying? So there has to be, what I'm saying? We live in a world where, it's never supposed to be where we just look at things as, in one spectrum. We
mhm.
got to be able to move this shit around and say, okay, well, what if, this could have happened? That could have happened. This person, two things could be happening at the same damn time.
Yeah, the what ifs have to be questioned because
Well, yeah.
if you don't ask what if, then that means you're being biased towards whatever your feelings are. The what if is what gives you the total story, like the whole story,
Mm-hmm.
not just how you feel or what you think about. You know,
Right. Because,
I sit back, man, and I think about. I asked my question. I was like, man, what if one of my what ifs as well was what if people personal relationships with Mr. Kelly never came to the internet, which, because of people personal, and it's not nothing towards anyone, you know what I'm saying? But because
mm-hmm.
of people personal relationships with the main character in this situation, it drawed attention, unwanted attention, bad intentions from others because they were just trying to get close. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Right.
So like it's like me being like, okay, one of my relatives is a millionaire. I know the type of friends I have. You know what I'm saying? So if I know the type of friends I have is, they get down like they get down, I should never introduce them to my family who's living a certain way. because no
Right.
matter our friendship, they looking at the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? This is
Mm-hmm.
a lick. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
I feel like a lot of that, a lot of the personal relationships with Kels became more of the goal to achieve. Like I want to get there, I want to be there, versus the support. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like the support would have been different if everyone was looking at it from a support perspective versus I know him personally. Like I have a
Right.
personal
I mean,
relationship.
because I feel like a lot of people just wanted to be able to say, well, yeah, man, I know Kales, man, I can get you into the party, man. I can go do
Mm-hmm.
this and I can do that, or, what I'm saying, or get close enough to where, he might front you a little bread or something like that, or whatever. And, people are narcissistic by nature, man. And the first time
Mm-hmm.
he probably told them no, what I'm saying, it probably pissed them off real bad. And that's where the revenge comes in because you feel entitled. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of people that felt like that they was entitled to R. Kelly's money,
Right.
to to his time, to his house. They felt like that they was literally entitled to his house.
And that's the
You heard,
crazy part.
in court, the court documents where people was in his house kicking it and shit while he
Mm-hmm.
gone, and all this crazy ass shit that he was allowing to happen. Now I'm not gonna sit up here and say, well, damn, Kels was 100% right in every move that he made, every play.
No,
Shit, you can't say that about your favorite sports team. You
you
be
can't say
cussing
that
and
about.
fussing your ass off.
Hey, we can't say that about ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Right, you
And
be
we with us
cussing and
every day.
fussing. Yeah, you be cussing and fussing at the television, and your team will fuck around and win. But you still be fussing because you don't agree with every move that the damn coach is making. You
Right.
don't agree with every move that the player is making. But the thing about it is that he deserve just because of that shit for this bullshit to happen? Hell no. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and people try to make it seem, oh, he deserved this. No, the fuck he didn't. These parents deserve to be locked up because I'm still trying to figure out, you don't know where your kid is for 2 weeks to a damn month. You ain't called the fucking police. You don't give a fuck about your kid.
Yeah. Even the one story that took me out was the limousine picking a chick up, taking her to the airport, stopping her at the gas station, taking her to the airport. The whole time, you say your mom went to work. You didn't went all the way across from Georgia, from Atlanta to fucking Minnesota. Stayed in a hotel, went back
Man,
the next day, like, and nobody questioned where the hell you been.
look here, man. Look, I be nervous going on business trips by my damn self, and I'm 47 years old. So what make you
Man,
think a teenager gonna sit up here and be cool, with doing some shit, some unbeknown shit that you know what I'm saying, you ain't got no clue as to what's gonna happen, who you gonna encounter on the way or any of that. You just living your life that fancy free. Now I
man,
understand Chi-Town is a different monster, bro.
yeah.
Motherfuckers grow up fast. You know what I'm saying? Just
Mm-hmm.
like when I, living in Gary, man, I grew up fast. Certain shit I knew, maybe I shouldn't have known, but
Yeah,
I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world because that's the shit that made me, aware of what the hell is going on now. There's no way in the world, like I said, you got these parents. I was gone for 2 weeks. A kid can come out their mouth and say this shit, and you don't go arrest a parent.
right. And that's
You
just the
don't you
part
don't
of it that's so crazy, man.
you was so you your vision. See, so that's
What up,
almost
Lex?
like, that's almost like, even when, with Trump, you got so much tunnel vision about him being this person that you don't didn't realize, and this done came out now, that 300,000 votes was not signed for in Atlanta. But you were so focused on him. Oh, he lying. He ain't nobody mess with the election. You ain't looking at the full picture that somebody was manipulating some shit in order for somebody to say something.
Well,
In order
it's
for
the
you,
thing. What we just was talking about, though. If people don't have the what ifs, man, the what if mindset, then they're only going to base things off of their bias towards a situation.
yep, and it
know what I'm
caused
saying?
a reprobate mind state, you know, to where your opinion basically becomes fact. And your opinion is your opinion. Like me, we done talked about some shit that turned out to not be true. It turned out to not be absolutely 100% accurate, but I mean, it might have been close. It might have been far the fuck off. But you know what I'm saying? But when it's your opinion, you be like, oh, well, shit, my opinion
Yeah,
wasn't correct. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? My judgment on that wasn't correct. But you got so many people that so wanting to be right about shit,
hmm And
they
that's
end up
another
sounding
thing.
stupid.
That's another what if. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just my. I think about it, man. What if all of the bloggers would have been able to come together to push like the same agenda, like with the same push towards the same agenda. They didn't have to have the same message, but it had to be towards the same agenda. I kind of think when
Right.
everything, when things became a battle between jockeying for position, it kind of destroyed the whole movement in general. Because
Oh
now
man,
it's not you're not making no movement now. You're going against each other. That means you're stagnated. You're in one place. You know,
right.
all of the movement came to a halt once people started to come. You know, once the movement became about the bloggers and not about the agenda.
You know, the man hours and the time that was spent and wasted between and I don't give a fuck. So I'll say the names. Shit between Prima Donna and Dubosky, between I would say Dr. Rice, between Dana J, all these motherfuckers that just wanted to waste time talking about each other. It was more time spent on who was really for Kales instead of people really being for Kales.
Mm-hmm.
Period. It was so many people. Oh, they ain't really for Kale. That nigga ain't really for R.kelly. He did this or he did that. I'm gonna call the police on DJ Tyson. Oh shit, I'm gonna get Dubosky arrested in New York. Or I'm gonna talk about Prima Donna like a fucking dog. All this dumb shit. If you go back through the videos, there is more shit talking about bloggers than it was about R. Kelly and,
Yeah,
and, and freeing him.
the agenda went out the door.
Cause I want to be right. I want to be, you know what I'm saying? We can't show the unity that's needed in order to make anything move for us. And that's one of the reasons why
Mm-hmm.
as black people, we in the state that we in right now, where you can have other motherfuckers come into the country and pretty much take over and start a business. And we can't start shit because we can't get along. We can't get, and if we start, it's not gonna get higher than the ceiling. You know, it's definitely not going to put us in a situation of growth. It's just going to put us in a situation where we further apart than what we even started. It's a damn shame to me that I can still look up and see people talking about Prima Donna, or people still talking about Dubosky, or people still talking about Sylvia, and all of that shit. R. Kelly still locked the hell up, and y'all still talking about each other. Y'all didn't fuck with him for real. If that's the case, y'all didn't fuck with him for real. The only thing y'all liked about him was his music. When it came down to it, you was trying to be the person to get him free so you could have you some accolades or get you some money online. That's it. That's all I see. For me, I could give a damn about a dollar. I got a job. You know what I'm saying? I'm working every day. So I could give two shits about the next person, how they feel about what I got to say about any of this shit. It makes no difference to me. Because at the end of the day, ain't nobody paying my bills. So one thing that we got to do, and I'm gonna go ahead and give the floor up, is just be more aware of how other people are able to get things done, make movements happen. Somalians able
Mm-hmm.
to come over here and get a whole fucking community and commit $9 million worth of fraud. You got the migrants coming over here getting they alley oop from the government and popping open their food stamp truck, they food trucks or their markets. They able to do this shit because they're able to unify, and they ain't talking about, oh well shit, this person, they trying to take over. No, we trying to take over. But yet, if it's ghettoism and foolishness, that's what the majority of us go by. A lot of these people who got all of these followers, I looked at it. They branched off and they got to talking about drama, and people was tuning in to see what the hell Debosky had to say about Prima Donna. People tuning in to Dana J to see what the hell he got to say about XYZ. Well, nobody tuning in to Big Vi or Provoked Thoughts that was talking about facts, talking about the case. When
Right.
people wanted to hear the damn drama. Oh shit, I want to hear the beef.
The beef is
I
more
want to
entertaining than the facts.
right.
People
Let's
personal
hear it.
lives, people personal lives, you know, people kids, their parents, their jobs, their medical history. None of that stuff should have ever made it to these platforms, man.
Nah, and then like I said, it's the state of us as black people that got us in the jacked up situation that we is with the legal system, which is the reason why they was able to take R. Kelly so easily. The reason why shit they was able to take Diddy so easily. Shit, I'll be honest about it. I keep it 100. If you wasn't able to, and as much as people know how I feel about Trump, damn it, you couldn't take him. You couldn't take him because the movement that was behind him was so unified. Wasn't no way you was gonna be able to take him. No way. Period. Why couldn't we, when it came to our artists, be that way? Why couldn't we, when Trump got convicted, he got millions of dollars. Why couldn't we donate to R. Kelly like we were supposed to instead of it being a fraudulent thing popping off?
Yeah, you couldn't donate
Why
because
why why couldn't we?
everybody watching the money. Everybody wondering who getting the money. They want to know where the money going. They want to know why this person doing it, why that person doing it. It was too much, crab in the barrel. You know,
Niggardry,
a lot of
niggardry. That's what it was. Nigga shit.
it.
And we
Yeah, dear, cut out. What up, J Rock? I know a lot of people, man. A lot of people reached out. A lot of people would reach out and they would just, be like, they want to come on these platforms and but they don't want to go on certain platforms because of the things that go on certain platforms. And I would always tell people like you had a right to go wherever you choose to go. You know what I'm saying? But only thing I can control is how I do my platform.
Yep. What up, Big Five? What up, Provoked Dogs? Before I say my spiel, I want to wish everybody Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and everything. So we're coming up on a new year, 2026. So I want to kind of get that out there, and everybody talking about why, and I think Provoked just brought up saying they couldn't take Trump, so why were they able to take R. Kelly, and why were they able to take Diddy? Club Nouveau had a song back in 1986, which sums it up pretty perfectly. The name of the song was called Jealousy. And if you pull that song up, 90% of that song, if not all of it, is in direct relation to R. Kelly. When it said people wonder why these things keep happening to me, some people get so jealous of the smallest of all things. And the deeper you go into that song, you're like, damn, that's him. That's his whole thing. Everybody was so damn jealous. The women were jealous because they couldn't get next to him. The dudes were jealous because they couldn't be him. Other dudes were jealous because they couldn't be around him to get the females that he didn't want. And it just was and then
you
other
talking about the
people,
strays? They was mad about the strays, bro.
yeah, don't matter. Look, if you really think about it, They couldn't even be around him to get the females that he didn't want because the other dudes in the circle were in the position that they wanted to be in. So it's a byproduct. So
Yeah.
it just multiplied. It just multiplied down the line.
Yeah. Niggertry, man. I'm telling you. Why you gonna be mad at the next man because he able to get laid? Why? What's that about, man?
Yeah. Now, something came across I saw yesterday on Facebook. I don't know if y'all knew. I don't know if y'all knew this or not. I don't even know if this is true or not. But there was I saw this on a Facebook page. I believe it's called "We Got This Covered," and they're saying that Hulu and BuzzFeed News is in development of a new R. Kelly documentary
Oh shit.
based upon the investigative reporting, quote unquote, done by Jim Derogatis, which
Ah,
makes
hell
sense.
no.
Which makes sense because didn't he work for BuzzFeed?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that fat motherfucker worked for BuzzFeed, bro.
yeah, so I saw that yesterday. How true that is, I don't know. I went down the comment section. Let's just say it didn't get the type of fanfare that they thought it was going to get
Mm,
because
okay.
I've seen quite a few people saying stuff like one person said no one cares. Another person said, well, if it's not authentic information, I don't even want to see it. Somebody asked, was Diddy was not Diddy, it was 50 involved. Somebody else, other people said, what other lies you gonna tell about this man now?
I mean, because truth be told, you did enough damage. There's no need to constantly keep on digging at this man. Like,
No, you know what's gonna happen
it,
now. You know what's
what?
happening now because Vi talked about it earlier. Vi talked about how the change was that things that 6 years in, or maybe you said it, but after 6 years now, it's like the it's like it's starting to turn.
Yeah. People's hearts is changing. People's
Yeah,
like, I don't know, 30 years, because people didn't really even know. The majority of people didn't even know how much time he got. They
right.
just know he got convicted.
Yeah, and Lex brought up a point on the live a while back, and I say this again: 9 times out of 10, they don't even know what he's convicted for.
Nah, he was convicted of rape, and the R word, and he was convicted of this and that and the fifth. They just don't know nothing. I mean, like I said, it's willful ignorance. Like
Yeah.
willful. You're
But
willing.
it was driven by it was driven by a documentary that was backed by some powerful people. So it's the what they call Stockholm syndrome. That's what Lifetime did with that when they presented that documentary. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
oh, of course,
They
bro.
did that to make people look at an individual person to be so gruesome. You
And I
know,
did and I did some digging on that Stockholm syndrome that they like to throw up all the time, all the damn
They,
time.
they, they throw it at Jocelyn.
Yeah,
She's the
and
queen of Stockholm.
and the FBI in their own investigation in dealing with Stockholm syndrome says that of 100% of people that were held captive, only 8% actually developed Stockholm syndrome.
That's
and we
crazy,
talking
ain't it?
about somebody who wasn't even held captive, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
But when it comes to R. Kelly, it's supposed to be 100%, right?
Oh yeah, the boy got game. He got game. He got game. He can spit it. You know what I'm saying? Then they play a song about it. That's what they think. They think that people so mesmerized by his music that they ain't got no mind of their own. I mean,
Yeah,
and
and
some
then
people don't.
and
Some people don't. I mean, but most people are pretty discerning, you know, of an individual, man. And
yeah.
it's
and
so
that's a
crazy to
point
me.
that they just made. So they hear those text messages. until after everything was over with, because at that point everything was already done. People perception has already been tainted. Ain't
Right.
no way if those messages would have came out ahead of all the, right. Even if the messages would have came out right after they aired that documentary, people still would have looked at it because everybody had the same questions about where was the parent, like who was involved, like how did this happen.
Right. I mean, because at a point, you got to see how the sausage is made, bro. Like, I need to know how the sausage was made, cause y'all playing games. Like, how the hell you gonna tell me? And I keep going back to this. As a parent, I got a parent in the car with me right now. That if my child is gone for 2 fucking weeks and I don't know nothing about it, I need to be locked the fuck up. I'm just gonna let you come back home. We done
Then
seen
you
plenty
come in there.
episodes. We saw the episode of the Cosby Show when Vanessa went to see the Ratchet, and they was pissed. Like you was out with the Ratchet having big fun. This one night. But the thing of it is that we find it unbelievable we find it believable that you are a sober parent. You're not on crack. You're not on drugs. You got a home for your kid to go to, but yet you don't know for 2 weeks where your kid is. And that's one of the main reasons why they didn't want no parents coming up in that place. Because a parent is not going to be able to explain to anybody why in the hell did you not know where your fucking kid was. You can't explain that.
They purposely kept them off the stand because that
You
shit
ain't
would expose a
It wouldn't
lot
have
of
made no
shit.
fucking sense. Like, I don't know. I just let my kid. They got a key and everything. No, nigga. Where was you at? You was somewhere with some wood in your mouth or something. You was not paying attention. So we gotta, you know what I'm saying? That's where a lot of these people who are on one side of this thing or whatever should wake the hell up and be like, well, damn, you know what I'm saying? I'd be a raggedy parent if I didn't know what my kid was. Or if you took money after your kid got home, you still ain't shit. Either way, if somebody just took your child for 2 weeks and you was cool with it, you a piece of trash. If you allow for somebody to take your kid and you took a payment after the fact, you're a piece of trash. Either way, you're garbage. Either way, you need to be in jail. Either way, you can leave your kid locked up in a car with the window cracked. And guess what happens if the police come? You going to jail. Period.
But they say nowadays, you supposed to know. I say, how you supposed to know, man? I go into the mall. I work in the transportation industry
Mm-hmm.
in the transit. I go to the mall all the time. Man, you see females, all the time. And the way that these young ladies dress and do different things nowadays, man, you better off just not even saying nothing to none because you don't know. You can't tell who's how old. Like you used to can look at a person and be like, you about, 8, 19, 20 years old, you look. But these kids out here, man, they be 14, 15 years old, some of them, and they out here, their appearance is if they a grown woman as far as the way that they dress, the stuff that they have
Mm-hmm.
on. Like your parent allow you to leave the house like this. This is crazy. Like, ain't no way.
Right.
Right. You know what?
It,
I got another angle to this. You know what? See, this is why some of the R.kelly detractors who I come across, this is why they don't like me. Because I always wind up coming up with a different angle to the scenario. And now
just order
they
and put on.
can't they cannot
Have it come to
debunk what I say. I'm sure you heard about the new motion that was put out by the government in regards to R. Kelly wanting a new trial. And the governor listed some people on there as to why they feel R. Kelly
Shit.
should need any.
I like that Gabbro shit.
Yeah, so
Oh,
so a lot of people was like, one. So they listed like some of the so-called accusers in their motion. I got to one in particular by the name of Mia, and Mia said that R. Kelly induced her to come up to Chicago to spend the summer with him in Chicago in the summer of 1996. Now, why is that significant? So I'm just trying to figure out how R. Kelly induced you to come up to Chicago in the summer of 1996 when R. Kelly was on tour in the summer of 1996.
hey, he's a magical, mystical Negro. That's how.
Yeah, yeah.
Then that's the
Magical,
one she say
mystical.
she went, cousin went to the house with him when they went to the studio and the cousin was there and they walked down the hallway and I guess he got groped on and left.
Yeah, but
It's
yeah,
the same chick
yeah,
who got picked up in a limousine and
yeah, but
flew to Minnesota.
yeah, but like
The man never showed up to the room.
yeah, but like
That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah, but like Sean G said, check me out, check me out. I'm going somewhere a little bit further with this. He was on tour in the summer of 1996. I know somebody would probably say, well, he might have had a show in the summer of 1996 in Chicago. Wrong answer. No, he didn't. Because on his tour, the Top Secret tour, his Chicago show was in April. It was in the last week of April. Matter of fact, it was a week before the concert that I went to from that very tour. And my concert was in Louisiana when I went. But it gets deeper. You know what happened in the summer of 1996 outside of the Olympics? And provoked. I know you should know what happened in the summer of 1996.
Summer 1996. You
Yep.
know what? We talked about so much. My memory probably going. You bring it up. I'll be like, oh yeah. Shoot, right now, I'm
Yeah.
like
Well,
drawing a blank.
yeah. Well, the people in the chat, for those of y'all who do not know, summer 1996, the Chicago Bulls won the NBA title.
Oh, and you know what? I was thinking that shit. I'm like, what the fuck? That's crazy. That's what I was thinking about. Like, yeah, the Bulls won
Yeah.
the title. I mean, but other than that, what?
Yeah, the Chicago Bulls won the NBA Finals in 1996. Matter of fact, if people remember, they closed it out in 6 games against the Seattle Supersonics on Father's Day. And for those of you who do not, and for those of you who don't remember, in Game 6, as the game ended, Michael Jordan jumped up in midcourt, grabbed the ball, and held the ball in midcourt. Then later
took the
on,
ball to the back with him
in the locker room, and then cameras came in. Michael Jordan laid out on the floor, crying, holding that very same ball, because it was the first title since his retirement and the first title since the death of his father.
Yeah.
And in the same year, 96, Vibe did an article on R. Kelly. Vibe did an article on R. Kelly, and in that article, it talked about how R. Kelly got a new house that was an old church that was renovated in a neighborhood called Near Northside.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hear it.
And he talked about how he got this house that he had like a huge fish tank, but he had sharks and stingrays in it. But he couldn't keep the tank because the sharks kept eating stingrays. But what else he had added in that house was a huge full-length basketball court where Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen both have known to come by his house
George Foreman
to play ball at. So
Right.
my question is this.
George.
So you mean to tell me that R. Kelly is such a quote-unquote predator that he doesn't that he wouldn't go back to Chicago and celebrate with Michael Jordan his first NBA title since his retirement and since the death of his father. Somebody who's hung out at his house and played ball at his house.
Not to mention the person that because of their movie gave you your biggest hit in your career.
Yeah, I believe
Right.
I can fly.
Right. So he wouldn't be because see, shortly after them winning that title, they had a celebration in Grant Park. And it was hundreds of thousands of people at Grant Park. So what would have kept R. Kelly from that celebration unless he had something else that he was obligated to do? And that obligation was that tour that he was already on. But R. Kelly is such a quote unquote predator that he would induce an underage girl to come up to Chicago to visit him, but he's on tour, he's out of town, but he wouldn't be able to hang out with a guy he has been cool with, been tight with, came to his house and got a chance to celebrate his first NBA title since the death of his father.
I just don't even
Right.
look at it. But why would she even go? If you say, I'm just thinking like, I mean, we talking about females. This man invited you to Minnesota, got you all the way up there. You say he never showed up. He never showed up to the room. Now you done got all the way back to Atlanta. Now you saying, oh, you gonna go somewhere else and try it again, huh?
Dummy.
Come on. Then you say you took your cousins with you when you got to Chicago, and they were there the whole time.
Mm-mm. You know, like I said, I want to know how the sausage was made. That's it.
Mhm. But see, this whole thing with what went on with him. They just needed a number of incidents to be able to use the laws that they used to. They had to have a certain amount of like certain amount of things to take place in a certain amount of time for them to
Mm-hmm.
be able to charge him the way that they charge him. So it had to be like with that girl and the thing with who was the other girl? The chick that didn't show up. You know,
Oh,
people don't even talk about that. People don't talk about they had people giving victim impact statements that he wasn't even charged for.
yeah, they was clowning.
They had people giving statements that wasn't even a part of the case. They didn't even testify.
Say he hurt me, bitch. If you don't sit down somewhere, shorty, for real. I mean, it's crazy to me, man.
I mean, it was so much, so many things that went on in this situation, bro. But I still also feel as though, you know, despite what the government did, the sector that was supposed to be out here rallying and holding these government officials accountable, it got it got sidelined by personal issues amongst each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Because
right,
if the sector would have continued to be as one and moved as one, then we could have made these people respect us as citizens of this country and say we demand clear and transparent investigation. We want to see details. We want to know how you all invest. You know, we could, but when they saw the dysfunction and everybody battling with each other, these supposed to be chaos lawyers, but they being called for shit that's going on YouTube.
right. I mean, everybody. It's almost like everybody wanted to be David Ruffin.
Man,
Yep.
Everybody wanted to be the lead on the situation. Like I want to be the one that when they acknowledge him getting out, I want to be the one that he speak on first. You
right,
know, that's what that was. I mean, it wasn't because, like I said, I don't give a fuck. You know, look, I don't have to score all the fucking points because at the end of the day, it all will fall on you if it all go bad. So why don't we just do this thing together as a team? We rise and we fall as a team.
man. Look,
But we
I
we
tell you, I'd rather score 2 points in a win than to score 50 in a loss.
Right. And that's what these cats was doing. And I'm like, it don't make no sense. Like I said, ain't none of these motherfuckers ever gonna pay me. Ain't none of them gonna ain't none of them gonna do anything for my life and my household or my health or my, anything. So why am I gonna sit up here and be worried about saying, oh well shit, it's because of these niggas over here that caused the problems which is the reason why this shit didn't get no higher than the ceiling. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even, everything that was happening in the beginning was hell yeah, gung ho, the protests and all that. But then here we go. Oh, somebody assaulted somebody at a protest. And it's coming from the inside, maybe. But you got to think about it. It was a lot of infiltration. You have infiltration. Whether you're doing something legal or illegal, you always gonna have an op that's gonna jump in the midst to try to see what's going on. It's undercover. Just like when Trump got elected the first time, it was ops all in his circle. Everything he was doing was getting reported, whether right or wrong, indifferent or whatever. So that's what you had. Yep, that's what you had. Mm-hmm.
You know what I wish? You know what I wish would have happened? Spitting Fire had. I don't know if she can ever find it. Spitting Fire had a picture, had a picture of a boardroom. It was on. I don't know what site it was on. I don't know if it was Facebook. I don't know if it was Instagram or whatever. I don't know which one it was on. But she had saw an image of a boardroom where they had all these pictures of R. Kelly around the boardroom. This wasn't the FBI. This wasn't CIA. It damn sure wasn't Homeland Security. It was like a major corporate boardroom. My money says it's Sony, but it could have been Warner Brothers or it could have been Universal. Because Warner Brothers, remember, I Believe I Can Fly was a Warner Brothers movie.
Yeah, and it was on a Warner Brothers album.
Right. So that could have been part of it. Universal, from what I understand, holds up to 80% of his publishing, which I think is really ironic if you think about it, because if you remember this time a year ago, Angie Stone went live, and Angie Stone brought up how she has been beefing with her label about her royalties, and talked about how she should have retired about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's ironic, her label was Universal. So the same label that Angie Stone was beefing with about her royalties was the same label that had a hand in surviving R. Kelly.
Yeah. And
Shit,
see,
they
one
had to
thing
get
that
cleared. They had to get clearance from somewhere to play the music.
mm-hmm.
Right.
And one thing they know the personality of an R. Kelly ain't gonna sit up here and just speak out and run his mouth. So they can do something like lock him up. A person like Angie, they got to kill her. They got to take her out. It's crazy.
Yeah. And also, if you really look at it, that clip I played with y'all for y'all a couple years ago with the middleman with Death of the Major Label. Remember, Death of a Major Label said not only would this be about the music catalog, but it also would be about licensing fees. So the licensing fees that would be connected to the artist. So in other words, if you want to use that person's music for movies, TV shows, commercials, and in the case right now, documentaries. So who covered the licensing fees for Surviving R. Kelly to do that? If it would have been because R. Kelly wouldn't have, he would not have greenlit that. So whoever's holding the music is bypassing the licensing fees for that.
Even that visual depictions, just being able to see somebody's face. It's crazy, man. But like I said, you got these people who can't get beyond how they feel to even understand what's happening, man. You know, anything that I talk about, I speak on, I try to eliminate the feelings and emotions, man. Base it on the facts, base it on the truth, man. Because the truth is, like I keep on saying, man, you got in 2 weeks, your kid was gone, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, just so people, so some of the people in the bushes or the detractors said, man, how you gonna connect Michael Jordan to R. Kelly in this situation? Simple. Um, Besides what I said earlier, you can go back to when Michael Jordan retired
Mm-hmm.
and he went to Washington because he
Right.
was in the front office, but then he came down and he decided to play again. The
Mm-hmm.
Washington Wizards' first home game, Michael Jordan's first home game as a Wizard, who sung the national anthem?
That's very true.
R. Kelly.
That's
And if you
very
don't think
true.
so, the video is on YouTube right now.
That's actually true, dog. Damn, I didn't even think about that shit. Because you got to think about it. Jordan went to him and was like, I need a song, bro. I need one. You know, because he was a big R. Kelly fan, humongous. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you in Chi-Town,
Yes, he
and that's
was.
it's all you're hearing. We play for the Bulls. You hot 1993. Okay,
Yeah,
the hottest album is out.
yeah,
The hottest team is out. Both of them from Chicago, man.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Michael Jordan was a huge R. Kelly fan, so much so that when Michael Jordan went on Oprah's show, Oprah asked, "What do you put? Who's your favorite artist? What are you playing your CD right now?" The first name he said was Robert Kelly, R. Kelly. That was the first name that came out of Michael Jordan's mouth.
man.
I forgot what episode, but it was an episode of Oprah, and Michael Jordan was on there, and that's what he said. That was the first name that came out of Michael Jordan's mouth.
And you got to think about this: the same cat that was in the music video with Michael Jackson.
You even look at the thing with, Kells, he got the video of him marking Jordan, like how he be walking,
Yeah.
different shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like, bro, a lot of it though, honestly, and I'm gonna just say it, you know, and there's no knock, man. I just feel like the sector, man, like the sector that could have been a voice, it got sidetracked, man. It got distracted by the personal,
Mm. Feelings
personal
and emotions got
feelings
involved.
and emotion by with others. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, there was a lot of people put in some. In the beginning, man, going over on phases, going to Dr. Rice, going over on certain channels, man, it was nice and healthy, man. Then all of a sudden, it just took a turn for the worse, and
It was that second surge of bloggers. It wasn't the first surge, it was the second surge of bloggers
you know,
that,
and,
that threw everything off.
you know, I sat there and I go down the list, like I say, from phases to was it sugar and spice, or
Mm-hmm.
AKA spicy topics.
Yeah.
Uh, what's the lady Keish T? I remember. With Levi, Dr. Rice, Carolina Diamond,
Don't forget T. Stevens.
uh, yeah, T. Stevens, and Dana's, and uh, then to Kevin Terrell, to Sky Zone, and I didn't learn of certain channels until they started getting into it with other people. And then I come like, oh, this person got a channel, or this person is going. I'm like, what the hell? Like, oh shit, this is a whole like everybody like a lot of people I didn't even know at first, until it became a beef. And I'm like, oh, well, these people beef with these people, because at one point a lot of people were together, You know what I'm saying? Like it was a lot of people under the Dana J umbrella, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and then those people, broke apart and started doing their own thing, but then they started going at each other. Like it was like, whoa, you know, and it just never stopped. From that point, it just I used to like going on Dr. Rice, listening to listening to his breakdowns and him showing like the Martine Clee case, like different stuff that he would show over there, the educated part of it, like. But then he also got pulled into the BS fucking with Jasmine. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, come on, bro. Like even the shit that was good, he eventually ended up getting distracted. You know what I'm
And,
saying?
and the problem is, this is the problem. You take a picture with somebody, you automatically affiliated with them, or you doing what they doing, and then you ain't even got to be doing what they was doing or accused of in the picture. Just be in a picture with them, in a picture, you know. And oh shit, look at the Epstein files,
Mhm.
okay? Look at the Epstein files. Every look, but it's a selective thing because you got these females that I guess they had pictures with R.Kelly or whatever the hell, and now it's an automatic victim thing, just like you Trump in a picture with Epstein. Oh Lord, he was doing the same thing that he was because he was in a picture with him. People need to get their minds right and stop being so damn stupid as to believe that a picture is worth 1,000 words, but then it could be worth zero. It could mean nothing.
Shit, you leave a comment, you go to somebody's page, and you comment on their page. If you go on another person's page that person don't like, they calling you out. Hey, get the fuck off my page. You was over there on this person page. Like, how did the fans become like the fans became a problem because the bloggers changed the way that they viewed the fans. The
Mm-hmm.
bloggers made the fans pretty much like it gave them an ultimatum. If you fuck with me, you know, and I don't fuck with this person, you shouldn't fuck with. Her. Or if I see you over there on this channel, don't come back on my channel. It made it bad for the fan. It
Right.
made
You
it
you
bad.
couldn't you couldn't you couldn't feed. That's just like basically you can't eat a certain if you eat over here,
What up,
you can't
EJ
come
boy?
back over here. You're gonna have to starve.
Mm-hmm. Now I will say certain fans that deserve to be called out if they come, from one channel and come on your channel saying, "Oh, they over there talking about you on this. Oh, they over there saying this about you over here." I feel like them people are part of the problem, but everybody wasn't like that.
Right. You definitely had people that made it make sense, but then you had the people that was egging on the drama.
Hmm.
And those is the people you didn't mess with. You didn't fuck with Kales for real.
And that's why I
You
will
just
always say on my channel, if you came back, now one of you guys, never. One thing I can say when it comes to you, J Rock, Sir Miguel, Lex, Uncle Muse, um, Chicken Man, Nisimo, uh, uh, goddamn, so many of us. Who am I missing? Dean Bella. I mean, Lavish Lady. People understood. Even the people that would be in my chats, they understood how I felt about bringing messages from one channel or to this platform. I said, people talking about me on other platforms. Guess what, y'all? I don't care, man. I don't want y'all bringing it back to me as if I need to hear it or see it because it don't matter. And people respected it. I never saw that not one time.
mm-mm. I mean, because the real ones gonna do the real shit. You know what I'm saying? Your fake ones gonna always pull the fake shit. They cool on this side and don't even think that same person ain't running back to the other channel or the other spot saying the same thing. Oh, they said this, that, and that, because they like to start the fire and watch it
Mhm.
burn.
Yeah, that's how a lot
People
of
can't.
stuff. A
Mhm.
lot of the beefs. It went that way. Somebody was on another channel, and the other person ain't even thinking about that channel. Then that one person leave out that channel or go to another channel and say, "Hey man, they over there talking about you. They said this, this, then the third." You know, man, look, Sky Zone, like how she was being attacked. How prima donna, how these women were being attacked.
By
Then
men. By men. That's the crazy thing about so-called men. You supposed to be a man. You supposed to let a lot of shit brush off your shoulders.
That shit didn't make no sense to me at all.
You ain't supposed to get down and be female like in this shit. You supposed to be the example. And that's one thing I can say about your channel, Big Vi. You was an example for me when I did my channel. I ain't finna be out here talking shit on nobody like that.
nah, and we started at Black CEO. Shout out to him. He set the template and how it should be done. You know what I'm saying? And we took it and we did it the way that it should have been done. You know what I'm saying? We
Mm-hmm.
respected each other. Neither one of us, Jeff, you, none of us, man, used to be at least 10 of us. We've never had a fallout with each other.
At all.
We never disrespected each other, never called each other bitch ass niggas, none of that. Never.
Right. Now let's keep it 100. It's been shit that you done said I ain't agreed with, vice versa. But we
But it
was
was
able to
always
have a
respect.
conversation. Yeah, we gonna respect it because it's your opinion. What you eat don't make me shit.
That's it.
You know, but people sit up here and he said I just can't because of what he said and yada yada. I'm like, look, that's why we in the state of mind that we in right now. State and in the state of Black America that we are right now. Because we too busy worried about what somebody say, how they feel, what they think about us. Don't look at the end of the day, that ain't paying one fucking bill. And at the end of the day, you got to realize, man, that the people that's on that with you ain't really about you or about your growth. They
Mhm.
about they about keeping up the drama. They want the drama. That's what they want. They want to see you sick out here or mad or fighting in the streets based off of what somebody done said about you. It's so many of us that ain't made it to the next day because of what somebody done said about them or beefing about shit like that.
Man, Daddy V crazy, man. But it is crazy that you have to tread lightly, man, out here, and it's YouTube. You wouldn't think that you would have to move a certain way when it comes to YouTube, but you had to learn how. I learned how to move by sitting back watching. You know what I'm saying? Observe, and then
Right.
I always would say like I wouldn't just come if I didn't have anything of substance or any message that I felt that could be helpful. I wasn't just coming on here just to come.
Right.
And that's why I don't come on here as much as I used to now. You make to go through what I've been through and to make it out of it. Like right now, I just feel like shit. I miss it. Yeah, I missed it being on the panels, and that shit was like therapy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Being able to talk to the guys and talk about different things, but at the same time, like you know, I ain't got time to be out here dealing with people who want to dig all into your personal life and who your family is and who your kid's mom is and all that crazy stuff.
Yeah, that's true, man. I mean, because it got and it's the ones, man, and we just gonna keep it all the way 100 that wouldn't even dare to say some of the shit that they say online out in the streets or in public. They ain't even got the spine or the backbone to back their shit up when they get face to face. It's just basically an individual that's a keyboard killer or a person that can hide behind, their laptop and be whatever they think that they are, and they're not even that hard, not even close. So when you start to really realizing the nature of what you're dealing with when it come to these, these fraudulent people, that's one of the reasons why R. Kelly ended up in the situation that he did, because he had fraudulent people that was absolute frauds, that didn't have his best interest at heart, was so interested in cashing the check that the check that they was getting right now, they didn't think about the check in the future. The only thing that make my heart good with the R. Kelly shit, okay, he broke, y'all motherfuckers is broke. Y'all same son of a bitches that was in his circle that was trying their best to take everything he got, your ass is broke. You ain't got shit. Because you didn't protect the person that was supposed to be protected. You know what I'm saying? The precious cargo, you didn't look out for him, whether it hurt his feelings or not, whether it pissed him off or not, whether you got fired or not. You didn't protect him. So now look at you. All of them fools is broke. Every last one of them. All the fraudulent people. All of the frauds that was out here on YouTube. Do you see them now? You don't see them no more.
Mm.
You don't hear from them no more.
You know what, Derek? You just brought up a very good point. You can take a look at the landscape. All them people that was talking, all these people that was talking shit about R. Kelly this whole damn time. You don't want to see him out there. Dream Hampton ain't out there. Kimyette Barnes ain't out there. You don't see Tarana Burke out there. You don't see
Frauds, man.
yeah,
You ain't lying.
and like I said, to paraphrase the great Ice Cube, they said, "Fuck shit, just ruling, fighting for black women and girls. Who you fooling? Y'all bitches just phony. I put that on my mama and my dead homie." And you know that
Yeah.
And I
that's
know
that.
people gonna come back too, and they gonna listen at this live, and they gonna try to make it about something that it ain't, man. But at the end of the day, man, these fans have a voice, they have an opinion, and they can't voice it on when it comes to certain platform. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna be the voice because we feel like this sector it didn't accomplish what it set out to do.
Nope. It failed miserably. Big old fat ass F. I ain't gonna even lie. Ain't no D minus, D plus, no C minuses. We flunked
And
because
it
we
ain't
couldn't
no
stay.
it ain't no individual thing. It's a collective. You know what I'm saying? I have to put myself in there because guess what? I tried to come out and help, but guess what? I became a casualty as well. You know what I'm saying?
Right, shit. You come off the
Even
bench and the team is losing by
yeah,
with 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. What can you do?
you can't help.
What can you do?
We down by 50.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The only thing you could do in a game like that,
Like, what can you possibly do?
the only thing you can do in a
You say
game
what
like
now?
that, the only thing you can do in a game like that is to put in the people that you haven't played to see what combination that you can put together to see if you can build some type of
Right.
momentum to go into the next game. That's all you.
That's it.
Like, like put in Shador, please. Can we,
Yeah.
can we see
Let
Shador?
Bronny play.
We
Let
losing our
Bronny
asses
play.
off.
Look, let Bronny play.
I mean, can we see something else besides the same bullshit that we've been looking at? For real. I mean, because that was what was needed, but you still had that bad taste in everybody's damn mouth from what happened, so people couldn't really trust it. It was hard for me to try to trust what the hell was going on in the R. Kelly sector because of what I had been seeing the whole fucking time. It was just like, man, y'all motherfuckers can't get along long enough to help this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like, hey, give me the stick. I won't take a shot. You let me do something. Sit your ass down and let a motherfucker cook. That's all. And they couldn't let nobody cook. Everybody wanted to be Chef Boyardee.
Mhm.
You know, and that was the fucked up part about it.
But then it's just so bad that the year about to end, 6 years. Then this man saying that he hadn't. I'm gonna say this for because I do want to pick this conversation up. Uh, Probably tomorrow evening, man. I hate putting times on stuff, but I want to do it because I want to be able to get. I want to be at home when I do it. For all the stuff that done transpired over these 6 years, and that man to be in prison feeling like and he ain't got a phone call, none ain't heard from nobody, none of his friends, none of his family. Like that shit, even more so crazy. Like out of sight, really out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, you're right. I'm out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, you doggone right, man. People tend to forget about you, man. They do. It's a crappy situation, man. When you got, uh, you can tell who 100, man.
Mhm.
Like I said, and I appreciate everybody. Everybody in my life, whether it be on YouTube or whatever, man. When I went through what I went through on the health side, bro, it's a lonely feeling. But for people just be, man, I just want to check on you, pull up on you. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Sing you something inspirational, man. So, like I said, I appreciate all of that. But you got people that'll show you in that whole situation where they really at with you, whether they with
This
you at
real
all.
motherfucking niggas
Uh,
who love their phone. Real good
say
money.
when it get hot, Yeah.
Yeah, man, but we'll run it, man. And man, it's good talking to y'all boys, man. Derek, man, you take care of yourself, brother. You
Oh
know
man,
what I'm
we gonna be back, man. This year I'm gonna do this thing a little bit different, man, because it's so much. You be doing the state of Black America, man. That needs to be done every week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Talk about this
I've
every
been
week.
I've been out the way, but I'm moving into my crib. I'm moving out this apartment. I'm moving out my apartment into a crib next month. So I'm finna set everything back up. Uh
Well, yeah, man, I'm ready, waiting, and willing, man.
Yeah. You know what? I was in a chat on on Facebook. Well, there's a comment. Somebody posted a comment, and because there was a guy that was falsely accused, and was in jail for something, and come to find out he was innocent. I posted a comment and I said, just like they have a sex offender list, they should have a false accuser list.
mm-hmm. People
And,
who would
every
put
dude
false.
and every dude that jumped on there, he liked my comment. Everybody liked my comment. They said, "Yeah, man, they should go ahead and make that shit the law." They should
So
do
people
something.
can know, man. No deal with these people, man. They have you locked up, bro.
Yeah, I would. And the first people I would have on that list would be the woman that lied on Brian Banks. Mention, not to mention just about every accuser of Bill Cosby, and every woman involved in surviving R. Kelly would be on that list.
Motherfuckers forget about you when you're bed long.
Mm-hmm. So, man, but I'm gonna let you know, I appreciate it. And being on. I know it's been a minute. I know we got coming up on a new year, so we gotta do some stuff this year. Trying to figure out see what we can do to try to get this man out because it's been long enough. And I'm starting to notice right Kelly's fatigued from some documentaries. So now it's really the chance for the opportunity for the truth to really start to show itself.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Lex for that last comment. Yeah, you don't see Glory all red around here either.
No, shit. Everybody she done went after they gone. There's a lot of good motherfucking
But like I said, shout out to everything in the chat. Y'all have a happy and safe new year. If I don't see y'all again, and Big Val, take care of yourself. Stay warm up there in Minnesota. I know it's a challenge.
Oh yeah, man. It's cool. It's been decent up here the last couple of days, man. But I'm gonna tell y'all something.
So
Man,
when you gonna make
Pride
it?
got this
So when you gonna make it?
song
So when you gonna
uh
make it down here back to this neck of the woods?
next month, man. Next month.
Oh, okay.
Pride got this song, bro, called Bid Long, man. I promise, man, when you hear what he say in this song, bro, and you hear some of the stuff that Kel be saying in them phone calls, man, and then how he talk about how people just and like everybody, like he like shit. I gave a partner $1 million and ain't heard from him since I got it locked up.
What's the name of the song again?
It's called Bid Long.
Bid Long.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Talk about how people stop answering phone calls and stop sending money, stop doing like you know what I'm saying. You just calling it out, bro. But
yeah,
Kill, man, I can only imagine, bro. I guess we never really lived a superstar lifestyle, but I know how much my kids depend on me, and to be taken away from them, and to not to hear from them, at all, man. I can only imagine. I'd probably be going crazy.
yeah. I would too. I would too. Yeah, shout out to Daddy V said that hell of pickup of LL Cool J, and like that winch, like winch that ain't even R.kelly.
Yeah. Then she's sitting up there. All of her victims got to read off paper about what happened. If something happened to me, I don't have to read off a paper to say
Mm-hmm.
what it took place.
And see, it's not just the fact that they reading off paper. It's also the look she gives them while they're reading.
Yeah, like you better not miss a word.
Like,
Yeah, I put that in there. Yeah, you're supposed to see that.
yeah, and one of them chicks, and one of them chicks, that's supposed to be represented by Glory Allred. Dana said he knew the chick, and then when I think when Dana called her out, she got mad, saying, "Why you trying to mess up my bag?"
Try to mess up my bag.
And see, that right there should tell you everything you need to know.
Shit, man. I appreciate y'all for coming through, man. And
Yeah, for sure.
I appreciate y'all coming through, man. So we gonna uh get this thing back, try to get it back going, man. But it may not be until I, get moved and get situated and get settled in, so I can get my studio set back up, everything I need. So
Yeah,
whenever I come out that way, I'm most definitely gonna hit you up, my boy. It'll be towards the middle of the month, though.
yeah, yeah. Okay, all right.
Well, what's good with it, man? Yeah, man. I appreciate y'all for coming through, man. Until next time, we're gonna end this live for the day. Salute to Daddy V, man. Thank you, so sexy and amazing. All right, man. Y'all be blessed. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. We don't talk before then. Happy New Year's to each and every one of y'all. Y'all family, man.